Something just happened that has Kelly Ripa completely fired up, and once you hear what it is, you might just feel the exact same way. Hollywood's most iconic talk show duo, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, have been making headlines for decades. Whether it's their chemistry on Live with Kelly and Mark, their decades-long love story, or their ability to turn every morning into must-watch television, this couple never runs out of ways to capture America's attention. But this time, it's not a celebrity interview or a viral morning show moment that's got everyone talking. It's something much more personal, much more emotional, and according to Kelly herself, something that literally left her trembling. So what exactly happened? Let's get into it. Before we dive in, if you're new here and you love celebrity news, Hollywood updates, and pop culture stories told the way they deserve to be told, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We cover all of it right here. Now, back to Kelly Ripa. If you spent any amount of time watching daytime television over the past 2 decades, you already know that Kelly Ripa is one of the most enduring figures in American entertainment. She's funny, she's sharp, she's relatable, and she has an energy on screen that very few hosts can match. Mark Consuelos, her husband of nearly 30 years, is equally accomplished. An actor, producer, and television personality in his own right, Mark joined Kelly on Live with Kelly and Mark in 2023, officially becoming her permanent co-host after years of guest appearances. And the result? Pure television gold. But what a lot of people don't always talk about is what happens behind the camera with this couple. Because Kelly and Mark aren't just television personalities. They're also serious producers. Together, they run Melojo, their New York-based production company. And over the years, they've quietly built a reputation for finding stories that matter, stories that spark emotion, and stories that people simply cannot look away from. And that's exactly what led them here. Earlier this June, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos revealed their latest project as executive producers, a brand new Hulu docuseries titled Squatters. Get the F*** out of my house star. Yes, you read that right. The 6-part docuseries, which officially premiered on June 4th, takes a deep and unflinching look at one of the most shocking and emotionally raw real estate crises happening across the United States right now, the squatter epidemic. For those unfamiliar, squatting refers to situations where individuals illegally occupy a property that does not belong to them, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, and in many cases, the homeowners face a legal and financial nightmare just trying to reclaim what is rightfully theirs. And when Kelly Ripa started reviewing the real stories that would make up this docuseries, she didn't just feel upset. She was shaking. In an exclusive interview with People magazine, Kelly opened up about just how deeply this project affected her emotionally. "I'm very much, if something is unjust, it enrages me," Kelly said candidly. And then she said something that stopped everyone in their tracks. "I was shaking through half of these stories. Just like shaking from rage." Think about that for a moment. This is a woman who has interviewed world leaders, Hollywood royalty, and cultural icons for over 2 decades. A woman who has seen almost everything television has to offer. And yet these real-life stories had her physically trembling. But why? Because the stories inside this docuseries aren't just about property disputes. They're about people, ordinary homeowners, having their lives turned upside down in ways that most of us can barely imagine. Kelly described what really got under her skin. It wasn't just the illegal occupation itself. It was what came after. The destruction. She explained that in many of these cases, squatters weren't simply living in someone's home. They were dismantling it piece by piece, taking appliances, ripping out fixtures, pulling beautiful chandeliers from the ceilings, tearing the wood right out of the floors, selling off anything and everything that had value, and leaving behind a shell of what was once someone's greatest investment, and in many cases, their family home. They destroy everything, Kelly said, and the weight of those words hit hard. But that wasn't the end of the conversation. Now, if Kelly was shaking with rage, Mark Consuelos had a slightly different reaction. And honestly, it's one that a lot of people can probably relate to. Mark admitted in the same interview that watching these stories unfold made him feel something a little more instinctual. He said, and this is a quote, "I would be in so much trouble if this happened to me. All the things I thought about doing are against the law." And honestly, can you blame him? Mark went on to explain exactly why this issue is so much more complicated than it seems on the surface. Because the immediate reaction most people have when they first hear about squatting is, well, just get them out. And that feels logical, doesn't it? It's your house, your property, your name on the deed. But as Mark pointed out, it's simply not that easy. Not legally, not logistically, and for many of these homeowners, not financially either. The legal battle to reclaim your own home can drag on for months, sometimes longer, while the squatters continue living rent-free, and in some cases, even subletting your property to other people and collecting money for it. The audacity of it all is almost incomprehensible. One of the most eye-opening things that Kelly and Mark shared about this project is just how widespread this issue actually is. Mark said that when it comes to squatter situations, they are just scratching the surface. And the problem, he noted, isn't just different from state to state. It's different from community to community. There are neighborhoods right now across America where this is an active and ongoing crisis that local governments and law enforcement are struggling to address. And for Kelly, that reality made the entire project feel not just important, but urgent. She recalled the moment she first discovered this subject and knew it had to become something. "I said, this is something. We have to make this into something. This is wild." That instinct, that drive to take a shocking, underreported issue and bring it into the light, is exactly what their production company Melojo was built to do. And with this docuseries, they've done exactly that. Since the docuseries premiered and Kelly's interview with people hit the internet, the public reaction has been enormous. Social media users have been sharing their own stories. People who have dealt with squatters, people who know someone who has, and people who had no idea this was even happening at the scale that it is. Many viewers have praised Kelly and Mark for using their platform to shine a light on something that doesn't get nearly enough attention in mainstream entertainment. And that's part of what makes this story so compelling from a pop culture perspective. Because this isn't a fluffy celebrity vanity project. It's a serious documentary effort from two of television's most recognizable faces, and they clearly care deeply about the subject matter. Fans of Live with Kelly and Mark have also noted how this project reveals a side of the couple that audiences don't always get to see during their morning show appearances. Yes, they are charismatic and entertaining on screen, but they are also advocates. They are storytellers. They are producers with a genuine social conscience. And when something is unjust, Kelly Ripa makes it known. Music softens to its most emotional point. At the heart of all of this is something deeply human. Because whether you own a home or not, whether you've ever heard the word squatting before or not, you understand what it means to have something stolen from you. To have a space that represents your safety, your family, your future violated. That's what these homeowners experienced. And that's why Kelly Ripa was shaking. Not because it was a dramatic television moment, but because when you truly listen to these stories, when you sit with them as Kelly and Mark did for this entire production, you can't help but feel it in your chest. And that's also why this docuseries matters beyond just the news cycle. It's a reminder that real storytelling, the kind that makes you feel something, can come from anywhere. Even from the hosts of your favorite morning talk show. Music fades to calm, warm, closing tone. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have given audiences a lot over the years. Laughs, warmth, morning comfort, real conversation. But with squatters, get the F*** out of my house asterisk, they've given something different. They've given people a mirror, a look at a real and growing crisis through the lens of raw human emotion. And they've reminded us all that the most powerful stories aren't always the ones you expect to find. Kelly said it best herself, this is wild. And she's absolutely right. The 6-part docuseries is streaming now on Hulu. And if you're anything like Kelly Ripa, If injustice gets under your skin, if you believe people deserve to feel safe in their own homes, this is one series that will stay with you long after the final episode ends. Now I want to hear from you. Had you ever heard about the squatter crisis before this? And does knowing that Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos put their names and passion behind this project make you more likely to watch? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this celebrity entertainment update, make sure you subscribe for more Hollywood stories, pop culture news, and everything happening in the world of your favorite stars. We post new videos every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.